Hello, we are team number one, and the topic we are going to talk about is drugs. So we think this is a topic everyone should know about because it involves our body and every system inside of it, especially the nervous system. We think it is good because we can identify the substances and all dangers associated with all levels of its addiction, as well as the effects you can feel after every intake. So the substances we are going to talk about here are marijuana, cocaine, LSD, heroin, tobacco, and alcohol.
Marijuana, also known as cannabis, refers to the stem, the seeds, the flowers, and the dried leaves of the hemp plant known as Cannabis sativa. The main active ingredient inside marijuana is the mind-altering chemical known as delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol, or THC. There are three ways that users usually consume marijuana uh, by smoking. The first one is by rolling up the marijuana into cigarette, which is known as a joint. The second one is to refill an empty cigar casing to create a blunt. And the third one is to put it into a pipe and smoke it there. Uh, Also, they can be baked into foods such as brownies, cookies, candies, or brewed as tea. In the brain, some nerve cells contain receptors that bind to THC. By this, they create a series of cellular reactions that lead to the user that is smoking the marijuana to feel high, which makes them uh, relaxed and have a better mood. And depending on the level of the THC, the users may also experience euphoria, hallucinations, and paranoia. And some of the common discomforts found when you smoke marijuana also is the dry mouth, swollen eyelids, bloodshot eyes, loss of coordination, and an accelerated heart rate. Research suggests that 9 to 30% of the users of marijuana may develop marijuana use disorder. That means that they are getting more addicted to the substance. And people who begin using marijuana when they are 18 or younger are 4 to 7 times more likely to become addicted than adults. And people that are trying to quit report irritability, sleeplessness, and anxiety. They also display an increased amount of aggression.
I am going to talk about cocaine and methamphetamines. The first drug, cocaine, is also known as coke and it is commonly snorted, inhaled, or injected. While under the effects of the drug, the symptoms are loss of contact with reality, an intense feeling of happiness and agitation. The short-term damages of the drug are loss of appetite, increased heart rate, blood pressure and body temperature, anxiety and paranoia, and depression. The long-term damages of the drug are much more severe. They are liver, kidney, and lung damage, destruction of tissues of the nose if you inhale it, psychosis, and high blood pressure, which can lead to a stroke. The second drug, methamphetamines, which are also known as meth, uh, it's a stimulant drug and it is usually taken through pills. Meth creates a false sense of well-being, which makes you push your body to further than the limit that it usually has, which basically means that you take more risky behavior. The, the short-term damage is convulsions and seizures, psychosis and hallucinations, and the long-term damage is liver, kidney, and lung damage, malnutrition, because like cocaine, it lowers your appetite, severe tooth decay, we fault in these pictures, and brain damage, to the point where it's similar to Alzheimer's.
Hello, my name is Abigail, and I'm going to explain what is LSD. LSD is a non-toxic and non-addictive psychedelic drug, which means it triggers psychedelic experiences through the serotonin receptors, meaning you can feel some auditory, thought, and visual changes. In other words, you can say it's a hallucinogen. Now, what is serotonin? Serotonin is a neurotransmitter associated with the feelings of well being and happiness. So, what LSD does here is that it mimics serotonin, making it more prior, like taking priority, and then preventing the serotonin to send neutral messages. So basically, you're going to feel happier than usual. And here, the abstinence effects aren't very well defined or very well appreciated, since, as I said, it is a non addictive drug. So basically, if you don't take it, if you don't consume it, you don't feel that kind of happiness. Of course, it is always your decision to take it or not.
Heroin is an opioid drug made from morphine. People inject, sniff, snort, or smoke it. Some effects by consuming morphine are insomnia, collapsed veins for people who inject the drug, damaged tissue inside the nose for people who sniff or snort it, infection of the heart lining and valves, abscesses, constipation, liver and kidney disease, lung complications, mental disorders, sexual dysfunction for men, and irregular menstrual cycles for women.
Other drugs, tobacco can cause serious harm if consumed in an uncontrollable way during life. Could be physical damages and even psychological. There are two common ways of consuming tobacco: by chewing it and smoking it. Chewing it can cause serious problems in your mouth, like pulling away the gum tissue from your teeth, and even some patches in your mouth can become cancerous. Sadly, buying cigarettes for smoking is very easy nowadays. Almost every store that has them will sell it to teenagers that don't even have the age to buy them. It doesn't matter if you're a minor or an adult. Cigarettes will still harm you if consumed in an excessive way. As known, one of the main ingredients of the cigarette is tobacco. This substance, along with other chemicals, enter your lungs when inhaling it, and therefore the smoke of the cigarette transports all of these toxins to your lungs, and they stay there, since your body is created in a way to only let out carbon dioxide and not other chemicals. Sure, you may notice the smoke of the cigarette getting out from you, but it still leaves toxins in your lungs that may cause cancer and make them get rotten. Starting to smoke tobacco can get dangerous since the cigarettes contain nicotine, a substance that, through some studies, was demonstrated that it's the supposed flavor that makes you get an addiction to tobacco. And therefore, smoke it a lot in a way your lungs will totally get destroyed by yourself and cigarettes.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and I will talk about the alcohol. The alcohol results from a process of fermentation in which water and yeast act on the various various types of grains, vegetables, and fruit. The psychoactive drug that is produced is ethyl alcohol, and the alcohol slows down the activity of the central nervous system, and in small doses can result in people being relaxed with inhibitions being lower. As the depressant effect takes over, it can slow reflexes, depress respiration and heart rate, and disrupt reasoning and judgment. The effects of alcohol can range from mild, such as skin flushing, to more severe symptoms, such as spacing out or vomiting. And another effects can include like trouble concentration, loss of coordination, loss of critical judgment, raised blood pressure, passing out, or vomiting. And the long-term effects can include or may include the memory loss, loss of attention span, liver fibrosis, high blood pressure, irregular heartbeat, and among others. And some effects of alcohol abstinence, that is within a few days or weeks you will notice improvements in your focus, critical thinking, problem solving, or memory. And the mental health benefits can include the longer and deeper sleep, stabilized mood, anxiety relief, depression relief, and another effects in the daily life can be greater academic success, improved relationships, and fewer financial and legal problems, and also can increase the confidence in yourself.
To summarize, it is important to avoid using any type of drugs if it's not for a medical purpose, since consuming them in an irresponsible way can cause several damages to your health, like making you more prone to gain certain types of cancer, and even make you fall into dangerous psychological disorders and sicknesses, like depression. Because that and more, we recommend you stay away of drugs and bad influences for your life.